Hey, YouTube family, welcome back. I kind of been pondering a question. I don't know why I wanted to share this with you because I was kind of thinking about this last night before I went to bed. And it was kind of a weird thought, but we've been doing a little bit of work with being authentic, how to be authentic. And what kind of came to me was, well, why do, if you're authentic, why do people that's more authentic seem to be more successful or seem that manifesting works more for them? So I kind of went down this rabbit hole. So when I woke up this morning, I thought, well, I'm going to do some research to see if there's even truth behind it. So that's kind of what I did. So, I work in IT, by the way. So then I use a lot of AI, ChatGPT, but that does the research for me faster than me kind of doing it old school way. So come to find out, it is true. The more authentic you are, the more you are being you and you're not apologizing for it, you have more success. And it's like putting manifesting on steroids for you. It's like your superpower. If more authentic you are, it's a superpower to you. You doing a shortcut to manifesting that dream house, manifesting that dream car, manifesting life on your terms. And that's the topic of today. Plus, we're going to go over 5 things how you being authentic is your superpower. Now, step 1 is how you being authentic aligns you to your true desires that you really want in life. How does this really work? You see, what we have to understand is when you're truly yourself, you're in alignment with what you genuinely want, not what society wants, not what your family wants, or external pressures tell you to want. And isn't that so true? When we think about maybe you're authentic, okay, maybe you just live life, you're carefree. But if you're probably watching this video, you probably struggle with how to be authentic. Or you're asking yourself, or you might be asking me, well, Chad, how can you be authentic? And I can tell you this right now. If you're an empath, you're not being authentic at all. Because usually empaths they'll mold other people's energy to them. So it's easy for you to hang out with separate groups of people that they don't all hang out together, but you're kind of known as a group floater. You can hang out with different groups of people because you kind of mold your energy to everybody else. But again, are you really being authentic? And that's what's not really working for you, because when you're not authentic, you're not in alignment, you're not in harmony with what you want. You're not in harmony with the universal laws. And this clarity makes manifesting more powerful because you're not sending mixed signals to the universe. You're fully aligned with your vision. Isn't that interesting? Like when you're not being authentic, it's kind of like who you really are, you're scattered all over the place. And what happens is you confuse the hell out of the universe. Okay, that's what it means. Like you're not in harmony with it. You're confusing the universe what you want because you're all over the place. When I hang out with Joe over here, I'm just matching his energy and I just become the version of me that Joe likes. Then when I hang out with Mary over here, I do the same thing. I match Mary's energy and I become a version of me that she likes, because she might not truly like their authentic me. So when people are truly authentic, lots of times it's hard for them to hang out with different groups of people because not everybody's going to like you. Just bottom line. So, it's kind of weird how you're not being authentic. You're not being really you, the true you, the real you, the secret you, that it pretty much messes up universal laws. It confuses your subconscious mind. That's pretty much what it does. Now, number 2 here is no internal resistance equals faster manifesting. What are we talking about here? What do I mean by no internal resistance equals faster manifesting? And let me put it this way. If you're acting fake, trying to be someone you're not, or chasing things you don't actually care about, your subconscious mind fights back. This creates self-doubt, procrastination, and lack of belief, killing your ability to manifest. But when you own who you are, there's zero resistance, so your manifesting happens faster. And let me put it this way. What it really means to me by no internal resistance, a lot of times when you're not authentic, maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe when you're growing up, especially if you grew up as an empath, you're always doing things you don't want to do. And I'm not talking about, well, Chad, you're 10 years old, you got to listen to your parents. I'm taking this a step further. Okay, lots of time you grew up with an empath, you grew up with overbearing parents. As long as you lived in their household, no matter if you're 20 years old going to college, you're coming home during the summer, you did what your parents told you to do. Okay, bottom line. So your whole life, you pretty much have somebody telling you what to do, okay, moderating your life, okay, even though you're an adult, but on the inside, you don't want to do them. That's what kind of internal conflict means. So basically, this relates directly to force negates. Okay, when you're trying to force something to happen, it runs from you. You have to remember that. It stays away from you. And it's also internal friction or internal forcing. You're constantly doing things you don't want to do. You're not in harmony with universal laws. You're constantly doing something you don't want to do. You're not being authentic. Okay. And it just tells, again, it confuses your subconscious mind, or you have to understand this. Your subconscious mind is impersonal. Okay. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't try to figure out what's true and false. It doesn't try to figure out what's best for you. It just gives you what you're giving it. And if you're constantly doing things you don't like, the subconscious mind thinks you flipping like it. So it keeps on giving you more of it. That's what kind of happens. Number 3 here is energy is magnetic. Being authentic attracts the right opportunities. Isn't this amazing? Success and abundance are the result of energy you give off. Authentic people have strong, clear energy. They stand firm in their identity, and people naturally gravitate towards them. This actually goes along. You're trying to manifest your SP by example. Okay. You're trying to get better at relationships. You're trying to manifest your soulmate or your perfect person, whatever you want to call it. Listen up and listen very closely. Fake energy repels. Real energy attracts. Wow, that's so powerful. Fake energy repels. Real energy attracts. Okay. Now, if you're trying to attract a specific person, you're trying to attract somebody you like, and you're not being yourself, you're becoming obsessed over them. That's all you think about. You're not living in your frame. You basically give away your energy. You don't have standards and boundaries. Okay, if you did have standards and boundaries, you wouldn't be obsessing over them all the time. You wouldn't be, I don't have a phone laying around because I'm filming off of it. You wouldn't, I do have a phone. Okay, you wouldn't be looking at your phone. Did they text me? Did they text me? Right when they text you, you're just blowing up their phone like you have no life. Okay, people can feel that. Okay, that's why you're struggling in a relationship. You're struggling attracting people to you. You're struggling attracting your SP. Even if they find you attractive, they find you good looking. Okay, once they hang around you, once you become obsessed over them, and you have that fake energy because you don't know how to act around them because you're not being authentic, they feel that weird energy and they kind of want to stay away from you. That's pretty much what's going on. And listen to this. The universe responds that the truth by bringing the right people, the right opportunities, and wealth into your life. And I have a question here. Sometimes when I think about this, I think, well, why do authentic people have strong, clear energy? They have strong, they're clear. Usually authentic people have standards and boundaries, what they're going to put up with and not put up with. Why are they like this? And they're like this just normally because really when you're authentic, and this is a great example here, is that you just with me being myself, authentic people, they don't care. They're carefree. They don't care what's going on around them. They don't care the opinions of other people. They're just being them. And the whole idea is that, hey, if you don't like me, then don't hang around me. Don't come around me. If you don't like my videos, then you don't have to watch them. There's nobody forcing you to watch my videos. Okay, that's being authentic. It's not being rude. Okay, it's just they don't care. They truly don't care. Okay. Makes sense? I mean, it's just like from this angle, okay, we just moved. I moved up from Waihin to Surin, and this place has been it's not a disaster, by the way, but there's been a lot to do. So when I film from this angle, there's always a mess behind me. Okay, now this mess don't really bother me, but for some reason when I start to film, and I know I'm gonna film from this angle, a little voice goes in my head, well, you got a mess behind you. What are people gonna think? So even I struggle with this stuff. Okay, who cares if there's a mess behind me? Who cares? Who cares what other people think? Who cares what you think? Or the reason why? You know what I mean? And at the same time, I don't need to have that feeling like I have to explain myself. Okay, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll point it out because it's that way your mind's not focused on it and you think, oh, well, Chad just moved, which is true. So your mind just shuts off. You don't think about it no more. Now, number 4 we're going to talk about is authentic equals confidence, and confidence equals results. Okay, when you're authentic, you're confident, and when you're confident, you get more results. Isn't that really weird? Okay, that speeds up manifesting. If I'm more confident into I get whatever I say, if I'm way more internally confident, well, don't you think that's going to come to me way faster? Because I know it's going to work. Bottom line. Now listen to this. The most successful people in the world, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Steve Jobs, Conor McGregor. Okay, and it doesn't matter what you think about these people. This isn't a political talk. Okay, this isn't what your opinions think. We're just talking about success here. Own who they are unapologetically. Their confidence compounds success because when you truly believe in yourself, others believe in you too. Listen to this. When you truly believe in yourself, others tend to believe in you too. And confidence fuels action, and action manifests results. Now, when I read this and kind of went over it, kind of that person that came in my mind really fast was Andrew Tate. Okay. Now, Andrew Tate, you can actually, no matter if you like him or hate him, the bottom line when you watch him or you listen to him, or you listen to him on podcasts or whatever, or you watch videos he makes of his life, is that he's being authentic. He's being him. Okay. When you see him, it's Andrew. Bottom line. Okay. No matter, again, whenever you hate him, if you love him, you hate him, it doesn't matter. No, like when I listen to him, and then most of the time I agree with him. Okay, what he says, I agree with him because most of the time, I'm saying most of the time a lot, but most of the time, people, the general population, people are too chicken shit to say the truth. They're too chicken shit to say what he's saying, even though he's saying the truth and it ruffles feathers a little bit, give you knots in your stomach, but yet he's being authentic. He's saying it no matter you like him or you don't like him. That's being authentic. But it takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of self-confidence just to be who you are. Be true to you. And if people don't like you, that's okay. That's what you have to understand. And number 5 here, the last one is authentic people take more inspired action. Authentic people tend to listen to their intuition. They tend to, that's what it means by inspired action. Inspired action to me means intuitive action. It means you have a gut feeling to do something and they do it, but they're not scared to do it. That's the bottom line. Okay. Usually what keeps you hold back? Like, lots of times you have to kind of be self-aware of what's really going on. Just like the example I gave you a little bit ago about the mess behind me. I'll go, is this mess behind me? Is it totally going to stop me from doing the video? Makes sense? And that's really kind of like inspired or intuitive action. Okay. Like you end up, and when you have an intuitive idea, you have a gut feeling to do something. Are you scared to follow that gut feeling? Are you scared like, well, what's this person going to think if I follow my intuition? Okay. Or you're just scared, or what your intuition tells you to do. It gives you up to that fear barrier. But see, I'm not saying authentic people are not scared, but they handle fear better than you not being authentic. That's what you have to understand. And listen to this real quick. Manifesting is not just about visualizing. It's about becoming the version of you who already has what you want. And this is so powerful here when we get to the last section here. I'll read it one more time. Manifesting isn't just about visualizing. It's about becoming the version of you who already has what you want. When you're authentic, your actions naturally align with your vision. There's no hesitation, no self-doubt, or no pretending. You take massive action that actually moves the needle. Is you truly being authentic. It's you becoming the version of you that already has what you want. I mean, that's like Neville Goddard's living the end technique. You act as if you go straight to the end. You're already living your dream house. You already have what you want. But what it really means, just in my opinion, is when you go a step further, that there's always a future version of you. There's always a more successful version of you. Okay. Especially if you go into meditations and stuff like that, or when you're living in the end. That's a more successful version of you. What you being authentic aligns you with, when you're authentic right now today, you're directly aligned with that successful version of you that already has what you want, already has a lifestyle what you want. They already have a living life on their terms. That's a more successful version of you. And when you're authentic, you're pretty much come in harmony with that other person. So this is why, like, being successful and manifesting, when you're authentic, this is why it speeds up your success. It speeds up your manifesting. This is the real reason why when people are authentic, they're more successful than people who are not. When people are authentic, usually manifesting, law of attraction, law of assumption, whatever you want to call it, works for them better than people who are not authentic, because they become in harmony with that more successful version of them way quicker than you do right now. And let's wrap this up. The bottom line here is, when you're authentic, you're in harmony with yourself. Your energy is magnetic. Your actions are aligned, and there's no internal resistance blocking your manifesting. Success becomes inevitable. Be real, own your truth, and watch how fast your reality shifts. And that right there, my friends, let's wrap this baby up. I'm going to do a lot more videos on being authentic and stuff like that. It's just something I wanted to share with you, something I kind of thought about. But it's all about living life on your terms, baby. So I'm going to end it that way. Comment below. Tell me what you think, what you're struggling with. If you're trying to figure out this material, how to be authentic, the first steps of, how do you go from, just not caring what other people think about yourself. So other than that, my friends, leave a comment below. And it's all about living life on your terms. That's what it's all about. We both want different things. It's not about, Chad, you want your dream house, you want this. I think it's better to have this. What I mean? That concept right there is what's holding you back, because you're judging. Okay, judging puts you not in harmony with the universal laws. You're violating the universal laws. That's why you're not getting what you want. It's about living life on your terms, living life on your terms. And that's different from me as well. It's both of us. It's both of us seeing that, accepting that, and accepting each other. But other than that, my friends, I'll see you in the next video.